Assam and Arunachal share a 800-kilometer long boundary and they also have a lingering border dispute. Recently, in 2022, Assam and Arunachal Pradesh signed the historic 𝗕𝐷𝐸 Declaration to resolve the boundary dispute. Let us now trace the origin of the Assam-Arunachal border dispute. The dispute has its roots in the colonial times when the British introduced the Inner Line Regulation System in 1873. By this regulation, the British demarcated an imaginary boundary in Assam between the plains and the frontier hills. These frontier hills were designated as Northeast Frontier Tracts in 1915. It consisted of 3 tracts, that is, the 𝗵𝗵𝐴 Frontier Tract, the 𝗕𝐫𝐴 Frontier Tract, and the 𝗕𝐷𝐻𝐵𝐴 Frontier Tract. The importance of these frontier areas were that these areas were kept outside the usual laws of the land. Here you can see the 𝗵𝗵𝐴 Frontier Tract, the 𝗕𝐷𝐻𝐵𝐴 Frontier Tract, and the 𝗕𝐫𝐴 Frontier Tract. Now, in 1946, the Northeast Frontier Tract had been reorganized and were brought under the control of the governor of Assam. Now, the areas have also been increased, like it now incorporates 𝗕𝐷𝐻, 𝗕𝐷𝐸, 𝗕LA sub-agency and the Subansiri area. However, the 𝗕LA and Subansiri parts belong to the erstwhile 𝗵𝗵𝐴 Frontier Tract. Now, when India became independent, Northeast Frontier Tract fell under the jurisdiction of the Assam government till January 1950. The 𝗕𝗫𝐻𝗵𝗃𝗏𝗿 committee also recommended that 3648 square kilometers of plain areas of 𝗵𝗵𝐴 and 𝗕𝐷𝐻 foothills be transferred to Assam's then Dorong and the 𝗕𝐫𝐴 district. These areas were transferred to the Assam. However, the government of India decided to govern Northeast Frontier Tract as excluded area, with the governor of Assam acting as an agent of the President of India. In 1954, Northeast Frontier Tract was renamed as NEFA, that is the Northeast Frontier Agency, and was brought under direct control of Ministry of External Affairs. In 1965, the administration of NEFA was transferred to Ministry of Home Affairs. And finally, in 1972, NEFA was renamed as Arunachal Pradesh and gained the status of a union territory. After Arunachal Pradesh became a union territory in 1972, the border issues came to the forefront. Arunachal Pradesh has long held that the transfer of land of plain areas of 𝗵𝗵𝐴 and 𝗕𝐷𝐻 foothills to Assam was done without consulting the people of Arunachal. They say that it was a unilateral and arbitrary decision, as no tribal leader from Arunachal Pradesh was consulted before the land was transferred. Arunachal Pradesh also claims that the tribal people used to pay taxes to the Ahom rulers, and as such, those areas historically belong to the tribal people. Assam, on the other hand, claims that this demarcation, as per the 1951 notification, is constitutional and legal. There have been several efforts to resolve the boundary dispute between Assam and Arunachal. In 1979, a high-powered tripartite committee was constituted to delineate the boundary on the basis of Survey of India maps. In 1983-84, 489 km out of the 800 km border was demarcated. However, the exercise could not be completed because Arunachal Pradesh did not accept the recommendations and started claiming the 3648 kilometers of area that was transferred as per the 1951 𝗕𝗫𝐻𝗵𝗿 committee recommendations. In 1989, Assam government filed a case in the Supreme Court highlighting the encroachment attitude made by the Arunachal Pradesh. In 2006, the Supreme Court appointed a local boundary commission to look into the issue, and the committee submitted its report in 2014. The committee recommended that some of the areas that were transferred by the 1951 notification to Assam be transferred back to Arunachal Pradesh. However, the report could not be implemented and nothing fruitful came out of the report. Finally, in 2022, Assam and Arunachal government commenced chief ministerial level talks, and it led to the signing of the historic 𝗕𝐷𝐸 Declaration. Some of the important features of the 𝗕𝐷𝐸 Declaration include the border issues to be confined to a list of 123 villages. The boundary line that was delineated by the committee in 1980 would be taken as a notified boundary, and all the realignment would be done according to it. 12 regional committees were formed covering the 12 districts of Arunachal Pradesh and 8 districts of Assam for joint verification of the 123 villages. The committee was to make recommendations keeping in view the historical perspective, administrative convenience, contiguity, and people's will. The most important part of the agreement is that no new claim area or village will be added in the future beyond these 123 villages, and the MOU is full and final with respect to 123 villages. The current status is disputes in 37 villages have been resolved with the immediate signing of the Namsai Declaration. Disputes in other 34 villages have also been amicably resolved. 3 villages are located partially within the Indian Air Force bombing area, and as such, Arunachal Pradesh will take the discussion with Government of India and the Indian Air Force. The remaining 49 villages are yet unresolved. However, the MOU states that these regional committees will finalize the boundaries through continuous dialogue. Thus, there is a positive development towards resolving the Assam-Arunachal border dispute through the Namsai Declaration.